The most powerful voice in hip-hop media, Joe Budden, has chimed in on the J.Cole apology on stage at the Dreamville Festival to Kendrick Lamar. No need to waste your time. I know you're on your grind. Joe Budden gives his thoughts on the latest episode of his podcast on J. Cole's apology. Check it out.
I'm all for J. Cole's mental health being well. I said last pod, anybody that wants to bow out of this thing, please feel free to.
Facts.
Because this is not for the weak-hearted. If you're not ready to speak in a different capacity, like I said earlier, risk some relationships. If you're not ready to see niggas that you thought was friendly turn unfriendly, this is before you get to anybody laying a bar. Your lifestyle has to change. I know that because I beefed with all of the people you're not supposed to beef with. I've done this with gang members. I've done this with the toughest of tough. I've done this with boroughs. I've done this with niggas that was lyrically ill, the best of the best. I've done this with the worst of the worst.
Execs.
Yeah, I've done this with execs. I beefed with my kid on wax, and I'm still here to speak about it.
Yes, sir.
Never going away. Like, what a bold, mature move for hip hop, right? Very rarely do we see these types of mature moves. So I want to highlight that. Like, if it didn't sit right with his soul and his heart and his spirit, and if you wasn't up for the task, I'm not with the cosplaying.
Salute.
Cosplaying is over now. Be who the fuck you niggas are. So if that's who he is, which many people suspected that that's who he is, or who he was, which is why we thought he should stop barking up certain trees because they may fall. And then when they fall, you get up there and do this at your festival with your fans and your people. That one move. Now I got to think of the position that you put everybody in. I don't want to hear no more about that record. I don't want to talk about it. He didn't mean it. It sounded like he didn't mean it. His voice was trembling like he didn't mean it. His choice of words, as one of the greatest lyricists says, he didn't mean it. He didn't mean it. I don't want to hear about that shit no more. Because oddly enough, what you did now is make the Like That record sound harder again for another fucking week.
Definitely did.
That verse that y'all keep telling me Kendrick didn't do much on, every week that passes with y'all's new behavior, that song sounds harder.
If you are like me and love flexing your NBA knowledge, you should head over to the best place to play fantasy sports. That's Underdog Fantasy. For me, I love the pick'em game. It's super simple to play too. All you gotta do is go to the Underdog Fantasy website or app, pick whether a player will have a higher or lower stat line for that game, get all your picks right, and you can win up to 20 times your money. And when you sign up, if you use my code FERRO, your deposit will get doubled. You can't beat that. Again, head over to today's sponsor, Underdog Fantasy's website or app, use my code FERRO, and your first deposit will get doubled. Do you want to see your favorite athlete live in action next time they're in your town? Or do you want to see your favorite artist performing in concert next time they're in a city near you? Head over to the SeatGeek website or app and use my code HoopsFerro for $20 off your first purchase. Make sure you subscribe to the It's Mr. Taliaferro YouTube channel, and hey, donate a super chat. Follow me on Facebook at It's Mr. Taliaferro, cop a supporter badge. The Underdog Fantasy promo code is Ferro. The SeatGeek promo code is HoopsFerro. And follow me on Twitter at itsmrtaliaferro. Yeah, those are the thoughts from Joe Budden. You know, one of my favorite things to do is debate with people. You know, oftentimes I'm out and about at the bar, something like that, and a supporter will come up to me or somebody that watched one of my videos, and we'll just talk. Music, basketball. Unless I'm with my queen, I'm one of them guys that'll just talk with you. I'll buy you a shot, and we'll just talk sports. We'll talk music, because I love it that much. I usually am able to properly articulate myself, and I'm usually good with that, right? This is one of those weird topics where I feel like I'm not doing a good job of properly articulating myself, so I'm probably not going to try to continue to do it because I just don't believe my message is getting over correctly to the people. I don't need people to agree with me. That's never been my thing. I can live on my own two shoulders, my own 2 feet. I never need anybody to agree with me. The only thing I want people to do is give their opinion and be unapologetic to themselves, which I'm always gonna be. I never need anybody else's opinion to validate mine, right? I don't feel like, though, on this particular conversation about J. Cole and his apology, I'm properly getting my point across, which is why we decided to play Joe Budden because I echo a lot of his sentiments about the apology. Again, he's the former rapper that, you know, he's the guy that you want to listen to on breakdowns of rap way more than me in that aspect of it. I like to report the news and kind of get out of the way. But this J. Cole one really struck something with me. And again, my stance has been J. Cole continues to rap aggressively on these records. And I got a lot of people that have hit me up in the last 48, 72 hours and said, yo, bro, you dead wrong about J. Cole. It's a great thing that he's backing down from Kendrick Lamar. My whole premise has been, okay, well, stop talking so aggressively on these records. This dude is not a gospel rapper. This dude is not running for mayor. J. Cole is on these records talking aggressively. And my whole thing has been, what's at stake for J. Cole? Because one of my favorite rappers of all time is no longer here. And many would argue it's because of the bravado that he was rapping about that drew hatred from other parties. Okay, my favorite rapper of all time lost his brother a month or so ago. He got killed at a funeral. Okay, Dirk has lost many people. Benny the Butcher, another person that Cole raps with all the time, he got shot over this. I'm not telling nobody to go do crimes, to go be a part of anything gangster. What I'm asking of J. Cole is to stop rapping like you like that. J. Cole is talking about the stuff that these other dudes talking about, but he's masking it with like, my mans want to go get a body. My mans want to go do it, but I can go do it. If y'all want J. Cole to be this positive light to rap, then tell y'all man to rap like that then. That's all I'm saying. I didn't properly articulate that before. Hopefully the message gets across now. If it doesn't, it just is what it is, because I'm running out of vocabulary. I ain't got too many more words in my dictionary to use. All I'm telling y'all is to tell y'all man to stop rapping like that and masking it with other people. Get out of that lane. He been talking aggressively for 2 years, and like I said previously, it's like the dude in the hood that's buff, all the muscle in the world, talking a good game. Nobody ever tries him. And then one day, he finally gets smoked with somebody, and buff dude gets whooped badly. It wasn't even close to a contest. That's what this J. Cole situation looks like. That man been talking greasy about what he would do if somebody wanted to smoke with him on wax for about 2 years now. Some would argue longer than that. And he apologized? Stop talking like that. Get out of the way, because people have risked real stuff for this thing called hip hop. People have lost real stuff, including lives, over this thing called rap. I'm not justifying what has happened. Y'all know I don't support that. What I'm telling you is, for a man to just be able to make hundreds of millions of dollars at this point in the game off of bars that he don't even live by, the mask is off of J. Cole until further notice. That's how I feel, and that's how I will continue to feel. Just stop rapping like that, bro. Hell, if y'all gonna do that, I should become a rapper. I'm not gonna name the rapper because I don't want to do this. Put it like this. There was a young rapper that came out in the last 5 years. I'm gonna stop with the hand motion. There was a rapper that came out in the last 5 years. He dropped a classic body of work for his first album. Everybody loves this album. Rapper went and toured the thing, made a lot of money, incredible talent. He's not popping today as he was a few years ago, but y'all would know him. I ain't gonna put his name on it. Anyways, I watched him do an interview with Big Boy, and the rapper is a West Coast rapper. He told us his story, and when I was listening to the young bull tell his story, I was like, that's all you've been through in your life? How about you come to Memphis, come to the South, and go through some of the stuff we gotta go through? Just life. Like, that's all you've been? Man started defining his story about him and his moms growing up. I was like, damn, homie seemed like he had a pretty good shake at it. Nigga, don't try being me for 2 weeks. I was like, what, this your story, my nigga? This all you got? The story matters. What's at stake matters. I could never listen to that young rapper's lyrics again. And by the way, he kind of fell off. I feel like people could never buy into him again because his story didn't match Up until this point, nobody had any reason to ever challenge, if nothing else, J. Cole's pen. Because he been rapping like that. He been sounding like that. And now, to me, all that is in question. All that is questioned. Because of the apology. Not because he didn't want to do this. Because if he never responds to Kendrick or never goes on stage and apologizes to Kendrick, we play a mystery game. But that man went on stage and apologized for doing it. As if he had said something wrong. All he said was that your second and fourth albums weren't like that. Because Kendrick said y'all wasn't like that. It's a never mind.
I want to salute you, homie, you know, for building your own thing and doing your own thing.
Why build theirs when I believe I can build my own?
You've already done it, or I wouldn't be here.
I'm already the only elite sports and music journalist in the game today. My goal is simple, to be the best there's ever been. So, please don't go. Make sure you subscribe and follow the journey. It truly means everything to me. I tell stories. I talk music. I cover sports. I am culture. I am Pharaoh.